Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Coder Space. So this is the first video of the C programming series. In this video we will see what are the features of the C programming language. So the first feature is that it is a middle level language. So before understanding what a middle level language is, let us first look at what are the different types of languages. So we can have either low level languages and high level languages. So machine level language and assembly language are the examples of low level languages, whereas high level languages include C++, Java and Python. So let us see what is machine level languages and what an assembly level language is. So basically machine level language contains series of ones and zeros. So we know that the hardware, that is our computers, desktops, they all understand everything in the form of zeros and ones. Whenever we want to perform or get performed any task on a computer, so the instruction should be given to it in the form of series of ones and zeros. So machine level language involves such series. So the next thing is that these machine level language, they are machine specific, that is they are machine dependent. For every machine, the machine language will have different instructions, and they are very difficult to code because it's not so easy for us to code using a series of zeros and ones. And also programming using machine level language is very time consuming, but it is directly understandable by the hardware. Like we do not have to perform any further actions on it. Once we write a code in machine language, we can directly give it to the hardware. And next is the assembly level language. So this assembly level language, they basically contains a set of some predefined instructions, and programmer has to make use of those instructions to write the code. So if you are aware of working with microprocessors or microcontrollers, like microprocessors like 808586, or very basic microcontrollers like 8051. So if you have worked on those, so you might be aware. So the example we can see is a assembly level code for 8051 microcontroller. So this 8051 microcontroller has a set of instructions. So move is an instruction, add is an instruction. The use of move instruction is for copying one data to from one memory location to another memory location. Add is another instruction using which we can perform addition. So assembly level language, they in that language such mnemonics are defined like move, add, and using these mnemonics or instructions we can write the entire code. So the assembly level language is also machine specific like machine level language, but it is comparatively more easy to code using the assembly level languages, and it is less time consuming. But assembly level language, they requires an assembler before that assembly level or code can be given to the hardware, because the machines or the hardware doesn't understand the assembly level language. So these are the examples of low level languages. And next we have what we call them as high level languages. So high level languages are very easy to code, like they have some keywords defined, and you may by making use of those keywords we can write our codes. And these keywords are such that they are easy for the humans to understand. Like for example, C language has 32 keywords. So there are human or user understandable or programmer understandable words like if, else, and while, for. So such words are used in the high level languages, which makes the programming very easy. And also the main advantage of high level languages are that they are not machine specific, they are machine independent. So that if you write code for one machine, you can easily copy that code on another machine, compile over there again, and then you are just ready to execute that program on that file by making some changes, or even those few changes may not be required sometimes. So this is the advantage of working with high level languages. So as we have seen that C is a middle level language, so it has the features of both the low level language as well as the high level language. So that is why we call C as a middle level language. And the next feature of C is that it is structure oriented or procedure oriented language. So the another basis on which we can categorize programming languages are procedure oriented and object oriented. So in procedure oriented languages, what they basically languages follow is that they divide a bigger task into smaller tasks, and then you can like achieve the entire task to be done. So C allows such structuring of the program with the help of functions. You can divide a bigger task into smaller tasks and then get that task done with the help of each function, and then you can call those functions. So this makes the program look easy and very structured, and it is very easy to understand. So C is a structure or procedure oriented language, and C has features like pointers, which makes it very easy for the direct manipulation of the memory. There's a concept of dynamic memory allocation. So C is a very flexible language as it allows the usage of pointers. And next feature is that C, being a middle level language, it is also portable. Like if you write a code in C for one platform, it can also be executed by compiling again on that platform. And the main advantage of these middle and high level languages are that they allow the programmers to focus on the logic. Like for example, if you are writing a code with assembly language, then the programmer has to first of all look what are the instructions for that hardware. Then he has to focus also on that what instructions he must use. And then again, with that he also has to focus on the logic, so it is very time consuming. But with middle level and high level language, what happens is that we can totally focus on the logic, on how the task can be implemented, and then it is the work of the compiler to convert the code which we have written into the executable code. That is the binary code, that is series of ones and zeros. So the programmer can very nicely focus on the implementation of the code or the logic of the code. And the next feature is that C has a very rich set of libraries, and these libraries contain some predefined functions. So user can make use of those predefined functions to write their code. So instead of developing their own code, they can go for using the predefined functions. So C has a very rich set of libraries. So this was all about the features of C language. I hope you have understood. And in the upcoming video, we will see what is the basic structure of a C program and also the compilation stages. Compilation stages means, as I have said, that if you write code in a C language, then it has to be converted into a form which can be understandable by the hardware. So for that we require a compiler which will do this task for us. So this compiler is not a single stage process, it is a multiple stage process. So we will also learn about what are the different stages that are present in the compiler.